down, sprinting, elevating. That bun does not move.
And that's all credit to Mom, who does the bun for every single game, even her photo shoots too.
I will say, after seeing that montage, like my soul hurts for Skylar Diggins that she played in the pre-NIL days, because she would have been clearing
She would have cashed in
6-7 figures with those headbands that she was wearing and influencing. She deserves some sort of package delayed. I don't know what that lawsuit was, if it goes back to when she was playing.
USC, a lead after that first quarter. Kira, what was going on in the huddle? Big block there by Ray Marshall. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Zora, I was able to listen in on the huddle, and it was a very animated Coach Gottlieb. She said, stop the ball in transition, really sprint back. Keep getting that momentum on their side.
Love it. We love the passion, though, from Coach Gottlieb, whether it's with the referees or with her team, right? She understands the importance of these games.
Yeah, that is something that they have done exceptionally well. We mentioned coming into this game, these are two teams that want to look to push it up and down, and so far just one fast break point for Michigan State.
And just of note, Ray Marshall just landed awkwardly. Something doesn't feel right. Coming into the game is Clarice Akunwafo. (24-16). Same score we started the second quarter with. There's Nyla Hampton in attack mode. My goodness. Just taken away by Watkins. Add that to her block total.
As we talked about earlier, she's so good at blocking from the help side. She could block in the one-on-one matchup and coming over in the help position.
Smith tried to save it under the Spartans basket. It'll stay right here.
We asked Juju about those shoes that you could see right there. We hadn't seen them yet. She said they were the WNBA All-Star Game shoes. I don't know if she meant the one that happened last summer or the one that's to come, and those aren't even out yet. Because I've never seen them.
They're not even out yet. Plenty of time for the Spartans to work. Oh, they're
Those
nice.
are gorgeous. The watermelons, that's what I'm going to call them.
I'm sure they have an official name. Kickball. A lot of time on this side of the floor for Michigan State. If you're the away team, you want to take advantage of it, especially down 8.
Unfortunately, they're only shooting 28% so far. They have to get some better looks. It's a good backdoor cut.
Tate had a look, gives it back to Van Sluten, bobbled it. 7 turnovers for the Spartans.
And I think that play right there just kind of shows the impact of this USC team defensively. They just have Michigan State sped up right now. Even when you catch it, you're trying to make a move. You're almost thinking like, I got to go quickly because somebody's coming at me.
This is always a tough week for road teams too. They got to come out to the West Coast. You got to play 2 top 5 teams in UCLA and USC.
It really is insane. I will say at least Michigan State got some good weather. It's been beautiful out here the last couple of days. It was monsooning when we were here last week for the UCLA game.
Yeah, they had an off day, fun day, practice Tuesday, and now Michigan State playing once again, trying to cut this deficit. Another chance.
Ooh, no elbow?
And Tate trapped in the corner.
Oh my.
It'll be a foul call.
I for sure thought Tate swung that elbow up high right in front of the coaching staff of USC, who was calling for it. Yeah, I mean, that looked like an elbow right there, and then unfortunately that wasn't called, and USC gets whistled with the foul on Von Oelhoffen.
More time on the offensive end for Michigan State. Have not been able to capitalize just yet. A-roll has Iria Fenn on her. Goes middle, there's no help, and she scores.
And I like that look Arald has Uriafen on her, who, credit to her, can defend the perimeter, but they get her on the move a little bit and force Uriafen to have to keep her in front, which she's not able to do on that possession.
Watkins, a couple jabs. Tate tried to deflect it. Watkins now has 2 on her, scores anyway.
I mean, that sums up the type of player Juju Watkins is, because that couldn't be more well defended from Michigan State. They send out an extremely hard hedge, which she keeps her dribble alive, goes around it, circumvents, and somehow finds her way to the rim around like 4 different green jerseys.
Van Sluten tried to step through. It's another foul on Smith. Let's go back to Juju, though. I mean, yes, it's Juju's skill set. Also, we're at shoot-around today, and Lindsay Gottlieb said, let's go through every set with a hard hedge. They were prepared for this.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the best way to defend Juju Watkins in ball screens, is sending that hard hedge, but your footwork has to be perfect. Arald was open a little bit too much, and Juju was able to turn that corner, but just the ability to finish that when, like, almost every Spartan was in her path at some point. Just sums up the type of coverage that she faces night in and night out, yet is still averaging 24 points a game.
Right now, Juju has more than half the points for USC. 14 points herself, 26 as a team. Uriafen, kick out to Avery Howe, knockdown shooter.
And just tremendous creation from one of your bigs. And Kiki Uriafen, strong rip through and drive, comes to a jump stop, draws 2 and finds the shooter. Really nice draw from Gottlieb to put those 2 on the same side.
We welcome everyone back into this top 25 matchup. Apologies for some of the technical difficulties. If you missed it, Kiki Uriafen now at the free throw line. She was fouled by Julia Arald. Gets them both. Largest lead of the game for USC. Now up by 11. Hampton trying to create some space. Dumped down to Van Sluten. Knocked away by Akumafo. Stolen by Watkins. She can put it up if she wants. Watkins decides to go baseline. Great creation for Heckel. Good series, though.
Yeah, defensive disruption on the other end. I think Michigan State has to be a little bit smarter and recognize when they do have the good shots. I thought Van Sluten had like a wide open shot right around that Big Ten logo in the middle of the paint. Instead, she put it on the floor right in the path of the 6'6" Akumafo.
Tate, top of the key, has Uriafen on her. And yeah, Michigan State trying to create. Halleck stays with it.
I was just going to say USC is really locking up the ball handlers, the perimeter, but Halleck able to change speed and directions a couple of times to finally find an opening. But still, I do think Michigan State needs to move that ball around a little bit more. But credit to Halleck for keeping the dribble alive there as she went down.
The handoff to Watkins. She'll pull.
She didn't make that one, but I have seen Juju Watkins get teams with that out-of-bounds play in almost every game. She just inbounds it and then sprints up, and nobody remembers her.
Are you telling people to watch the tape? Know that USC likes the handoff up to the out-of-bounds. Carolina, a lot going on around the Big Ten. Time now for Neighborhood Watch presented by State Farm. We take a look at the standings. You see Michigan State at number 6, USC at number 1. We got a chance to talk to head coach Lindsay Gottlieb today, and she said, we control our destiny, right? If we continue to win out, then you basically play for a Big Ten regular season championship when you go up against UCLA again in a few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, those 2 teams, they're the only Big Ten teams that they will play twice. USC versus UCLA. A lot could be on the line in that one. Who knows what it could mean for NCAA tournament seeding. But crazy to think that all of these teams only have a couple of games left. And when we were looking at that picture, that kind of middle of the pack, once you get past USC and UCLA who distance themselves, everyone is really tight right now. Michigan State certainly right in the mix.
Well, no easy road ahead if you're talking about USC. They'll play a ranked Illinois before closing things out against UCLA.
Yeah, Illinois, a team really on the rise, has gotten themselves back into the rankings. Some big wins as of late. Brea Marshall, we just saw, she's still on the bench. She took kind of an odd fall a little earlier. She is yet to return.
A-roll as Area Fenn defending her on the perimeter. Would have been a hard pass to get to Halleck. Count that as a steal for Kennedy Smith. USC, even though they don't always go to the rim in transition, they waste no time pitching it ahead. Area Fenn cleans up her own mess.
Area Fenn, really the last couple of weeks, just playing so confidently. She posts up, she demands the ball from her teammates. We talked about how good she is on the offensive glass. And she has really been aggressive in this game early. And when you have both Juju and Kiki playing at this efficient of a level, this aggressive of a level, it is going to be a tough night as we look at the foul on, did they call a foul?
Yep, they got an offensive foul there.
Got it, offense.
Here come the Trojans out of a horn set. All right, Watkins going into post-up game, backing down Tate. She got hit, and Juju Watkins is holding her head, has yet to get up. Meantime, Michigan State scores. I'd have to get another look at that contact. She is uncomfortable.
So it looks like she was reaching for the back of her head, neck area before she hit the ground. So certainly some of the contact there bothered her as she's heading back to the locker room.
Yeah, that is something you don't want to see. Talking about the athlete, but the human as well. We play on. 3:30 to go here in the second. Heckel with the crossover. Simmons looking to run against Von Olaffen. It's Von Olaffen's second personal.
And this is one of the first times we've really seen Michigan State get out on the break and transition. It started with their defensive rebound on the other end, and then definitely some contact with the body, not necessarily up top, but certainly some contact there.
Well, and just something to keep an eye on. Now you have 3 Trojans with 2 personals. I mentioned Von Olaffen, Area Fenn, and Smith with a couple as well.
And then you have 2 players who have currently left the floor with an injury.
Great point.
Watkins and Marshall.
Marshall has yet to return, and of course, yeah, we just saw Juju Watkins go to the locker room. We'll keep an eye on that. 3 freshmen in the game right now for USC. Heckel, Howell, and Smith. Area Fenn up against 2 Spartans, draws the contact.
Coach Freilich can't believe that when we take a look at the replay, but at first it looked like a really solid double team, help coming from the backside. Yeah, Van Seaton, I think, certainly dropped that arm a little bit. She certainly made the contact. You have to stay completely vertical there. Certainly dropped that left arm down, it looks like.
So there you see Juju Watkins back on the bench. Meantime, these will be the 13th and 14th free throws of the evening for USC.
Yeah, this is a team that is top 10 in the country in free throws made per game.
And it's really the difference in the game right now. 11 made free throws, 11-point game. Tate. Baseline pass. Halleck with the jab step up against Marshall. Rhea Marshall called with her first. Meantime, at the scores table, Juju Watkins set to check in after this first free throw. 4 now. Grace Van Sluten, one of the major pickups in the offseason for Robin Freilich and her group. Transfer from Oregon, all Pac-12 a season ago. Led the Ducks in scoring last season.
15.7 rebounds per game last season. And she's really been a nice piece for them on the inside. She's given them some more size that they didn't have last season.
Well, just the efficiency down low. I know we haven't necessarily seen it today. She's 2 for 6, but over 50% from the field. Kiki Iriafen also very efficient when she gets in the paint.
That was a better job of Van Sluten staying vertical. However, Kiki Iriafen just so mobile, so agile, working her way from one side of the rim to the other.
Cookies all alone in transition, bumped on the way up. It's like you pause because you just want to see what Juju Watkins is going to do with the rest of the court ahead of her.
I mean, this is what I think differentiates Juju Watkins from players of the past, current players. As good of an offensive player she is, I think she is equally as dangerous and talented on the defensive end when you talk about the blocks, when you talk about the steals, and then she is as dangerous as anybody in the country once she gets that turnover and is taking it down towards the other end.
But just in this first half, so many times our focus goes to points, right? Because they're fun, they're flashy, but you look at the rest of her stat line right now, 4 rebounds, 2 blocks, and now that steal.
And you see the consistency on the graphic there. I mean, even when she's having an off night efficiency-wise, she's still scoring 17, 18 points. And then when you look at the rest of her box score, like actually in the Washington game, she was 17 points on 5 of 14 shooting, but had 8 rebounds and 6 assists. And that's what Coach Gottlieb talked to us today. She said she thinks Juju is really playmaking well and creating well.
Something she focused on in the offseason. All right, here come the Spartans. Simmons full speed ahead, off on the layup, and Sluten hard fall. There's a foul call. They're going to say it's on Samuels as she was trying to box out.
I'm kind of with Coach Gottlieb there. I thought Samuels had a pretty solid box out and Van Sluten reaches over the top. I thought that was I don't know what else you can do to have a clean box out. Samuels is just so much smaller than Van Sluten.
Van Sluten perfect so far from the free throw line. Remains that way. Back to a 10-point game.
Michigan State not going away, and I still don't really think we've seen them play offensively like they can. That's going to be waved off. It looks like a foul was called on the screen.
Let's get another look at it.
Oh, yeah. Rhea Marshall not really set it all in that screen, extended the arms, moved into the body, and too bad because Juju's 3 dropped after that. Rhea looking up to try to see the replay, but on the replay I thought it was pretty clear that she moved into the defender, extended those arms.
So now there's a huddle with the referees. And I'd like to know what exactly they're looking at. They've instructed both teams to go back to their benches. They're looking at the elbow action.
Yeah, they may look to see if this should be upgraded. It looks like they've already...
It's not good.
Or this ref looked like he waved across. I think they're just leaving it as a common foul, which I think is correct. I don't think there was anything unnecessary. They just got tangled up a little bit, but I think the moving screen was the correct call.
So Michigan State basketball.
This is an important 155 for them, as I was kind of getting into. We haven't really seen them get into much of a rhythm offensively yet. They're shooting 33%, yet this game is still very much within reach if they can link together a couple of good possessions on both ends to close out this half.
This is a team that normally shoots 45% from the field, under the season average. So Tello just lost it on the drive.
Yes.
Stays with the road team. Shoemate, the transfer from Ohio State, will take it out for the Spartans. Simmons, one-on-one. 50% from the... Once again, stays with Michigan State. Ten seconds on the shot clock. A-roll. Off there by Sotelo. Ray Marshall catches it. Blocked there by Shoemate. Gotta give her credit for the ups.
Yeah, Shoemate really saved 2 points there because they made it too easy for Rhea Marshall to get the catch. This looked like it was going to be a sure 2 points here, and then Shoemate just flies in from the corner. Really nice block.
So a stop by Michigan State. You mentioned the importance of this last minute, Kim, just to find some momentum. Just no openings offensively. So Tello off on that attempt.
I still think it's too stagnant. It's too much one-on-one. The Trojans are way too talented of one-on-one defenders to try to beat them just like that. Juju frustrated. She wanted a foul call on that.
A-roll tees it up. And sometimes when you're off like that, you've seen a couple outside shots, maybe going to the rim, getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, Michigan State right now 1 of 8 from three. And A-roll, your best three-point shooter. But like you said, if you're not yet feeling in a rhythm, maybe look to attack some closeouts, get to the free throw line a little bit. They have gotten there 12 times.
And they're 10 for 12 when they get there. Samuel slowing it down for the Trojans. Want to get a quality shot, only a couple second difference between game clock and shot clock. That whistle. So USC will be going to the free throw line. Both teams are in the bonus this last 22.8.
Juju Watkins, as good as it gets in the country in terms of being able to draw fouls, just with her change of speed, her ability to elevate, the pump fake, she can really bait you into those fouls.
When you never know what she's going to get into. Sometimes I see her looking, just calling the games. You're looking at the basket, I'm like, is she going to shoot it from the outside? She lulls you to sleep.
It's not like the teams aren't watching probably 50 clips of her in film to be like, this is what she does. She's going to jump stop. She's going to get you off your feet. Yet she gets you just about every time.
2 for 2. Shot clock is off for Michigan State. Remember, Julia A-roll had that nice bucket to end the first quarter.
Juju Watkins already up to 17 points. That's how many she had in total in their last game at Washington. She's already met that here in the first half.
Heckel guarding Hampton. Van Sluten Drives baseline, crafty finish. Juju Watkins, half-court shot.
They practice it every shoot
They do practice that.
She had a big smile.
Wouldn't be surprised if that one went in. You got two Trojans in double figures at the half, both Juju Watkins and Kiki Iriafen.